Would you please help me to welcome Gary Shaw and his speech, Effective Persuasion Techniques. Gary Shaw.
That guy is a really used car salesman, isn't he? That's not exactly a compliment, is it? And that's kind of amazing, knowing that we are in a consumer society. We love to buy things, but the general perception is that we hate to be sold things. That's not exactly true. What we hate is we hate being pressured to buy something that we don't really want. We actually love to be sold. Might not believe me, I'll give you proof. Right here, I've got an iPhone 6 Plus. It's a new phone. It's only been out for a little over a year. But just recently, Apple announced that they're going to come out with the iPhone 6 Plus S. In the 6 Plus S, there were throngs of people that were waiting for this for months. Discussions were all over the web pages and blogs, finding out, what's going to be included, what's not going to be included, is it going to be worth my money? And papers covered it. The day after it was announced, you could go and see in your newspaper all the features that it had, and you could hear all the discussions on, is this phone worth it? So there's all kinds of people that were just waiting to be sold on the features of a new phone. So we actually, if it's something we want, we actually love to be sold on it. We are all salesmen. Whether you like to believe it or not, in our everyday events, we are all motivators, persuaders, salesmen. Whether you're trying to persuade your teenage kid to clean their room, whether you're trying to convince your boss to give you a great performance appraisal, whether you are trying to convince your significant other that you would rather, that you guys should go see a football game instead of the opera, we're all trying to sell something. And so what I'm here to do is talk to you about a couple of different options, different ways to sell, persuade, or motivate people. So, Sun Tzu, he was a great Chinese general who wrote The Art of War, said that all battles are won before they're ever fought. So there are techniques that you can use in order to be a better salesman. And some of these that I'm going to talk about are enthusiasm. I'm also going to talk about building a rapport. And the third one that I'm going to talk about is gifting, giving somebody a gift in exchange for a favor. Now, there's all kinds of books that are written all about those three topics: persuasion, motivation, salesmanship. So I can't cover it all, so I'm going to cover those three. The first is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is contagious. People love enthusiasm. If you are passionate about something, then people want to know what you're passionate about. They want, it must be good if you love it so much, right? But we can't go too far. After all, I love a good absorbent towel as much as anybody, but when you hear about the ShamWow and you just haven't lived until you've got a ShamWow, you might think the guy is a little disingenuous. So that might not be the best thing to go overboard with. The next technique is building a rapport with somebody. So let's say I'm an RV salesman, and I heard that, Rachel does not like hiking, camping. Well, I would say, I don't either. I hate it, but my wife loves it. She loves being out in the wilderness. She loves seeing these mountains when she wakes up. Me, I'm just like you. I love a roof over my head. I don't want to be bitten by bugs all night. I want air conditioning. I want a refrigerator there. So we bought an RV. It has worked for us. You should come down to my lot and look at an RV, because it has been the perfect compromise between myself, what I want, and what my wife needs. It will bring harmony to your life. So what I've done is I've tried to build a rapport with her. So that is the second technique. The third technique, just for being such good natured. And since, let's say, the third thing is technique, is gifting. So let's say I am a waiter and Jay is my customer. So we all know what I want to give Jay, what Jay wants from me. He wants good service, he wants good food. What do I want from Jay? I want a good tip. So one of the techniques that's been proven to work is when I bring you your bill, I also give you a mint. And that is proven to have increased tips. But the consumer knows this, right? You know, they give a mint to everybody. So a better technique is after I give you the mint, start to walk away, and then stop and say, you know what, I liked you so much, here's another one. So all of a sudden, he feels liked, he feels wanted, needed, and so he gives a much bigger tip. So those were 3 strategies that you can use in everyday life in order to increase your salesmanship. One of those, enthusiasm, be enthusiastic. 2, build a rapport. And 3, gifting. I want to tell you guys have all been just the absolute best participants. I want to thank you for participating, and please feel free to join in next time when I'm going to talk about the upsell. I'm going to talk about introversion versus extroversion, and finally, how to use Jedi mind tricks to get your kid to clean their room. Thank you.